Hi friends, today we'll be discussing a terrifying ghost said to haunt Japan, the Kuchisake onna. So let's begin. The Kuchisake onna is a ghost that preys on children. She is said to haunt the streets and ask passersby a single question, to which there is no correct answer. Those who answer incorrectly are killed, and those who answer correctly are spared. But that's not the end of the story. Those who answer correctly are instead given a horrible fate. So what exactly is the question? In the late 1970s, rumors began to surface in the villages of Japan. A bloody mask-wearing woman was roaming around and asking children, "Am I beautiful?" If they said yes, she would remove her mask and show them her horribly disfigured face, which was cut open from ear to ear. She would then ask the same question again. Those who answered negatively were killed instantly, and those who answered positively were also killed in an even worse manner. The woman would grab them and slice their faces open, turning them into the same horrifying state as her own. From the 1970s to the 1980s, Japan was rapidly developing and advancing. It was quickly becoming one of the world's most powerful nations. But despite this progress, some people lived in constant fear of this Kuchisake onna. At that time, the whole of Japan was afraid. Fear can sometimes exist without any proof or evidence, but it can also cause death. It can bring out the worst within us. To clarify, there is no scientific evidence or proof that Kuchisake onna actually exists, but the name itself strikes fear into the hearts of the Japanese people. In the early 1980s, she was said to be haunting the streets of Japan. She would appear in deserted streets and narrow alleyways wearing a surgical mask. She would attack children who walked past her. The question is, how did she attack these children? Whenever she saw a young boy or girl going home from school or walking down an empty street, she would suddenly appear in front of them and ask, "Am I beautiful?" Now, this may seem like a simple question, but it was far from simple. Kuchisake onna may have appeared to be a beautiful woman under her mask, but if the child answered no, she would pull out a pair of scissors and stab them, killing them instantly. Similarly, if the child said that she was beautiful, she would remove her mask and show her face. After seeing her face, the child would undoubtedly respond negatively to the first question, and the moment they did, she would kill them. Now, you might wonder what happens if someone answers yes. Well, before I tell you that, remember that responding positively is a fate worse than death. The moment the child says yes, she grabs them and slits their face from ear to ear. They either die right then or live with the terrible curse of the Kuchisake onna. These incidents had such a profound impact on the people of Japan that they stopped sending their children to school out of fear. Not only that, but at that time, newspapers were filled with dozens of reports of deaths caused by this vicious killer. The Japanese people began to refer to the woman as simply death. The disappearance of Japanese students increased dramatically. The situation was so dire that the government was forced to provide police protection to schools to ensure the safety of the children. But who was Kuchisake onna? Why is she killing innocent children? According to the Japanese people, the story dates back to ancient Japan, around 1,200 years ago. At that time, there lived a beautiful woman who was admired by everyone. She took great pride in her beauty. Her husband was a samurai, and he would often praise her beauty. But one day, the samurai went to war, and when he returned, he found his wife with another man. He was furious. He picked up his sword and slashed her across the face with it. Then he said, "Who will compliment your beauty now?" Then he left the house and never returned. The wound across her face made her lose her beauty, and she became horribly disfigured. After this, whenever she looked into the mirror, she saw her once beautiful face split open into a wide, horrifying smile. She couldn't accept her disfigurement and ultimately took her own life with a pair of scissors. Some say she died because she couldn't accept her own face. Others say it was because she was tired of being complimented on her looks, and so she died. From this legend, the Japanese people concluded that the Kuchisake onna is none other than that very woman. Although no trace of her has been found since the mid-1980s, many newspaper articles were written about her. Many still believe she is out there, hiding in the darkness, waiting for her next victim. So friends, the story of Kuchisake onna teaches us that arrogance and pride lead to ruin. We must always remain humble and modest and suppress such feelings. That's all for today. Stay safe, be happy, and always keep someone with you when you're in the dark. Goodbye.